Oh, hi. How you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Good morning. It's around 10 o'clock. I was woken up by a guy on OfferUp texting me saying, hey, would you take $150 for it? And I'm like, I didn't think I was going to sell a lawnmower this late in the season, you know what I mean? And I have it listed for $175. But if the guy's going to give me $150 for it, I think I'm all right with it. So I'm gonna meet him in like an hour. I haven't started this thing up in weeks, so I don't even know if it works, you know what I mean? Has a little bit of a glistening gas in there, I think. It's an auto choke. Let's see if it starts. Alright, I think it just needs some gas. I'm gonna put some more gas in there and see if it runs pretty well. Just put some gas in here. See if it fires up, fires up, fires up, fires up. As you can see, when I first started it, it starts up right away, but it kind of surged a little bit. It's been sitting here for a while, you know what I mean? So there might be some kind of debris going on, but after running it for about a minute or so, started to smooth out, you know? How gasoline's just going through the carburetor, you know, flowing through the jets, when it's soaking a little bit more fresh gas, agitating itself, you know, it'll smooth out, and it started to smooth out already, so I'm gonna give her a try and see if I can sell it for $150. If not, no big deal. So as you guys saw, I just sold that Toro recycler for 150 bucks. I'm stoked because I didn't think I was gonna sell any mowers for the remainder of the year, you know. And yes, I wanted 175, but you know what? 150 is 150, you know. This is the sticker that Franco the boss sent me to give to Jason. So while I was out selling the mower, Jason lived 5 blocks away from me. So where's their mailbox? Duh. There you go, Franco. Delivered. Hi, Mandingo. That's the name of his truck, Mandingo. So I'm back home now. So I want to give you a real quick update. I bought 2 new belts for this. I'm waiting for the belts to come before I secure the engine on there, because it's easier for me to put the belts onto the pulley since the pulley won't come off. I can just tilt the engine forward, get the belts over the pulley, and then secure the engine onto the machine. Then after that, I'm going to test the transmission and see if everything runs well. So that's just sitting there awaiting belts. I did end up buying a carburetor for this. It was cheap. It was only $12, and it comes with like a filter, the grommet with the fuel lines and all that stuff for like $11.50 plus tax. So 12 bucks is all I spent. So I'm waiting for the carburetor to come so that I could see if that carburetor will make this Little Wonder, Red Max, Echo, Mantis. I mean, it looks exactly the same as those brands, you know. I think it's the same thing, you know. I couldn't tell. I've seen some of these that they say are 30 inches, and then the ones with this thing is a 24 inch, I believe. But either way, it's the biggest hedge trimmer I've ever had, and that's the only enticing thing for me, is that I like hedge trimmers and I think they're very useful. I have an old Craftsman, but I would like to get that going, you know. So I'm in it for like 25 bucks. Now batting, Poulan XT. This is next on my list of things to do. I'm down to this. I don't think I have any other outstanding things that I need to do. Oh, I do have to put an engine on this one over here. As you know, recently I put wheels on here that hold air, and that seems to hold true so far. That has a newer hood on there. I've had this for a while, from Nick from Medford. Has a gas tank in it, just doesn't have an engine. I'm not sure if the transmission works, and it's a 6-speed. So this is a good candidate for a pulley swap. You can make this a mud mower if you want. But that's the next project after the Poulan. I've had the Poulan sitting here for a while. I got it for free from my friend Mark from East Northport. I have absolutely no idea what's wrong with it, other than the fact that it has a bad front wheel. And if I wanted to move this over to my garage, I'm gonna at least have to change that wheel, otherwise it'll tear up my very soggy ground, you know. Not that my lawn is anything to look at, you know. But I wanted to change the wheels on this too, because look at these weenie wheels. These are 16s. Just doesn't seem appropriate for this tractor, you know what I mean? And I don't believe it's stock. I just don't, you know. So I'm gonna pull this out and find another front wheel. And those 2 front wheels are very thin looking too, aren't they? They're very like narrow, you know. I'm gonna go find 2 wheels that 2 front wheels that hold air, and I'm just gonna change them right here in the lawn. I found a couple of wheels, but they're flat and they have some cracks in it. They're the ones that Nick from Lindenhurst gave me. Just gonna try them.
I have these nice MTD wheels too, but the hole is very small for MTDs. I don't know, maybe it'll fit on here, I'm not sure, but those are really nice wheels. But they're yellow. Here's a better view of what I have here. Give you guys an idea of what condition this tractor's in. Like I said, it has these little small weeny wheels. They're 16 by 6.5 by 8s. Really tiny. I've never seen such small wheels on this tractor before. I don't even really know what you would put 16s on, you know, riding mowers maybe, you know. Has a decent deck. I believe the deck is a 38. And while these front wheels seem to be good, they're very thin. They're 13 by 5 by 6. Usually they're 6.5, so they should be 1.5 inches more wider. See how thin they are? Like I said, the hood is in excellent condition. The engine in here is a 12.5 overhead valve. I have no idea what's wrong with it, okay? Everything looks intact. Has a lot of Earl buildup over here. Has a Nicky carb on it. Looks like an original Nicky because it has the words Nicky there, right? And Briggs & Stratton. Newer gas tank. Like I said, there's no rust on here at all. This is a really good tractor. I mean, really good condition tractor, you know. Usually you have a lot of rust buildup around the footwell area and a ton of rust around the battery area because this is where all the moisture builds up, you know. So it's a Poulan for you enthusiasts. PXT12538, and I'm trying to figure out the year of manufacture. It's 2010. This was made in February 27th, 2010. So that's relatively new. Battery is 180 crank amps. 145 actually. 180 for optimal weather. Don't know how old it is. I'm gonna put a trickle charge to it and see what happens. It is a 6-speed. And it's missing the side discharge deflector. So let's jack this up and get some new front wheels on there so I can push it to the garage without tearing up my lawn. So as you guys can see, I changed all 4 wheels. The front ones needed a couple of washers as spacers because that thing was so narrow that I needed at least 1 spacer or washer per each side. Back went on no problem. Looks a lot better now, right, with the bigger wheels. Those are 18s. They're not 20s, you know, but I don't have any 20s. And these tires, while I thought, you know, would hold air, it's still pretty flat. But I think if I put some ATF in it and then pump it up, it ought to be okay. It does have some dry rot cracks over here, but I don't think they're that bad. I think it might hold. If not, I have more. I multimetered the battery. It showed 3.5 volts. So I have it on a trickle charge, and we're going to charge it up a little bit. I don't know why it has these belts here. This one's definitely not for this tractor. And this one seems kind of short for the tractor too. While looking underneath, I see that there is a both belts are on there, so I don't know what it is. Let's show you the wheels again. So as you can see, there are some dry rot cracks over here, and from the weight of it, it's kind of pushing down. There's no air in it, you know. I have to pump it up. These are the rear wheels that Nick from Lindenhurst gave me. They're 18 by 8.5 by 8s. But the tread, look at the tread. Outstanding. Good tires. Decent. Let's check the oil and the gas and the compression. Let's check the gas first. Holy cow. As you can tell, there's like a little bit of water on the very bottom. See how it there's like a patch around there that looks darker than the rest of it? Now, I don't know if this is just real bad ass gas or is there stabilizer in here. You know what I'm saying? I think I might have to, later on, if we see if it starts or not, drain this entire tank. We'll just take off these 2 screws and just drain the whole tank and clean out the insides. As you can see, there is some debris in there. Leaves, branches, maybe rubber, I don't know. Let's check for compression. It's loose. It does have compression. Stops right around there. There you go. Yep. Feels good. Feels like it's good compression. Let's check the Earl. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. It needs a little bit more to the... It needs about 3/4 of a quart because it's not even at the add line yet. That's okay. It's good for testing. So I'm going to go inside and have some lunch while it charges, and then we'll come back out later. As you guys remember, about 3 weeks ago, I held my Super Clean sweepstakes giveaway where I picked 3 winners, and they won a Super Clean box of sample products. And 2 of them sent me videos of them receiving the box and thanking Super Clean and myself for the contest. In addition, you guys know that I'm sponsored by Lucas Oil Products, and they've thrown a couple of sweepstakes giveaways on their Instagram site as well. I helped them get more subscribers to go and enter those contests. As a result, 3 of my subscribers won products from Lucas, and those winners was my buddy John Pruss over in Madison, Tennessee, Turning Wrenches 85, as well as Ellis Mowers, my buddy Casey Ellis, and also Dem Dogs Me. Those 3 guys also won some products from Lucas Oil Products. But you gotta be in it to win it. So the next time I have a new contest, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Make sure you enter the contest and win some great products. Here's the video.
Thank Henry at Mowers and Blowers and Super Clean for sending me some product. I got a Super Clean grease dissolver in a pump bottle. I have a Super Clean foaming degreaser. I have a Super Clean wheel cleaner. And I have an aerosol can of grease dissolver. And I want to thank Super Clean and Henry from Mowers and Blowers. From Mowers and Blowers. Here's the unboxing.
Thank you to Super Clean and Henry.
Before I go in though, I might as well put some ATF in here before I go in there. Look at that. It actually does hold some air, huh? That's good news. So maybe some ATF will just help that. Oh, you know what? This has a tube in it. See that? There's a tube in here. So you know what? Should I put ATF in here? Because I don't think I've ever done that before. Either way, it should hold, right? I mean, it should swell up the tube, and if there was any leaks, it should do a little bit better. Maybe I'll just squeeze a little bit in there. That's plenty, especially since there's a tube in there. I have to be careful this thing doesn't fly back in there again, you know what I mean? Do the other side, see if we have a tube in there. Oh, you know what? You gotta put the valve back in. Duh. This comes with the slime cap. This is the cap to the hose, cap to the slime bottle that I've been using. You need it to take the valve out. I prefer to have a metal one, but this has been holding up pretty well. When I come back out, I'll pump this tire up a little. We'll do the other side. Actually, I'm gonna pump it up. I'm curious. Gotta hold the valve so it doesn't fly back in there again. This is so difficult. Seems alright. Yeah, both front tires seem to be holding air. You know what? I'm curious as to see if it starts or not. So I got the brake down and it's locked. Got it on choke. Let's give it a couple of cranks and see if it'll crank. I want to know if the ignition switch, solenoid, starter works. If this thing spins, we know that the safety switches work, at least the brake one and probably the seat one, because when you have the brake thing down, the seat one is bypassed. Only if you have the PTO, the blade spinning, will the seat one really matter. So let's see if it cranks. If this thing turns, I'll know the ignition switch works, the solenoid, and the starter. All right. So all that stuff works. Let's take the air filter off for a second and shoot some go-go juice in there and see if it'll crank that way. I'm using some contact cleaner for my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. That's a lot. All right, let's crank it and see if it turns over. There we go. That's turning it over. Get it? It ignited, it combusted, and did one revolution. Again. Oh, you know what? I had it on choke, so I'm gonna take it off choke. Hey, how about that? It runs! Awesome! But it's stalled, so the ass gas, I bet you it's just a carb clean. That's what I think. Maybe the valves eventually, you know what I'm saying? That's maximum stokage, fellas. So how about it, huh? Up with the jumper pack, we know that the ignition switch turns, sends 12 volts to the solenoid. The solenoid works because the trigger will push up the plunger in the solenoid, connecting the two red wires from the battery, positive terminal of the battery, the other one to the starter, so it makes a circuit. It goes to the starter, the voltage turns the starter motor, turns the flywheel, which the magnet on the flywheel creates the electric spark into the ignition coil, which sends it to the spark plug, which creates the spark with the go-go juice mixed into the intake manifold, creates combustion, ignites, fires, turns the piston down, turning the crankshaft, turning the motor. Engine. There's a logic behind everything, and once you understand how the engine works, right, it makes it easier for you to troubleshoot engines in the future, you know? So from what I saw today, I'm super stoked, because now we got 4 new wheels, not new, but 4 tires that hold air, bigger tires than before, right? Battery still needs to be charged. I don't know if it'll hold a charge. We'll see about it tomorrow, see if it holds 12 volts of electricity. We only started because I had a jumper pack on there. For it to turn over and run on the go-go juice that I sprayed in there, and it didn't continue to run, shows me that the carburetor is probably dirty and the jets are clogged, and that fuel is not getting through the line past the needle. The needle's probably stuck in there or something because it's not getting any fuel. If it is getting fuel, maybe the bowl's packed with like debris and gunk and who knows what could be in there. Gel, you know? That's not allowing fuel to go up the emulsion tube to go into the intake manifold for it to maintain its running status. So we're gonna clean the carburetor on this by taking the engine cowling off, removing the carburetor off the 2 studs, taking the ball off, and just checking and seeing what the condition of the carburetor is. Well, we're gonna have to wait until tomorrow. Thanks a lot for following me along this episode 1 of the Poulan XT riding mower that I got for free. That's right, free. So far so good. I didn't think it would take that much to get it going, and so far that holds true. We'll see what the carburetor looks like tomorrow. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Here at Mowers and Blowers, we push them into the garage, but they come out driving. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.